Start live.
Now we are going.
Yes.
I'm waiting for the link though. I'm waiting for
Okay.
your video to show up on my YouTube feed.
Yeah, me too.
There it is. I found it.
And we're back. Continue with the argument.
1 second.
With the discussion.
Okay, new link. There we go. Part three. Part three is in their chat and that other one. And now they are back. So where did we leave off? Oh yeah, we're talking about. Well, we'll let the people
We
show up first.
we were actually in the middle of the relationships between Kevin Flynn, Sam Flynn, and Clue.
Yeah. Just a moment.
I'm just trying to not have dead air while we're waiting for people to join
I'm
us.
sorry. I am doing background stuff.
My
No, I get it.
my doggy's hungry. She wants her food, but she
I
can
was
wait.
gonna say your dog was making quite a bit of noise earlier.
Oh,
What kind
she
of dog?
was a couple of Boston Terriers.
Oh, how cute.
Yep, we have Celeste and we have
No, no
Clover.
dead air here.
Dead air. Oh no, we'll be here. You'll just have to wait. You'll hear us eventually. Just let us know when you can hear us, dear. Because yeah. Um, and for anyone who doesn't know, Cupid is not a cherub. That was something the church did to bring new members.
Ah, I figured Cupid was something that was created
By the card
like
companies.
for a gift card.
Yeah. That son says you can set your watch to when Celeste wants to eat. I mean, she won't leave me alone now. She's in my face. You want your foods, don't you? Yes, you're licking your chops now, and you're in my face.
Okay, is it which is she the
Well,
one that had
yes,
her tail cut off?
actually, Cupid
Yes,
was a god.
Celeste is
Well,
the one
a
that found my
demigod.
tensor. Yeah,
Okay. I'm sorry.
that's
I'm
fine.
sorry, I'm having a chat with Rotten Corpse.
No, go ahead. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and get the dogs fed real quick. If you wanted to have the chat with them, I'll be right back.
Alrighty. So
um,
God, see, I'm not really keen on that whole lot. I don't see it that way. I really don't.
I know you don't. We've gone rounds on this since I've watched the movies.
Yeah, and my whole point of it is that you see it as a relationship with God, but I think that's your point of view is because you're more into the whole religion thing than I am.
I'm. It is an easy thing to view
Mm,
when you're into the mythologies behind multiple religions as well.
yeah, I mean, I can see the first one where it's like Zeus versus Kronos versus man, man
I
being the substitute for programs,
see. I
Kronos being the MCP, and Flynn being Zeus.
mm,
Now,
that would be a way to view that.
in the second one, I just kind of look at it like here's a man that's been trapped for 20 fucking years. He's tired of fighting. So he's taken up Eastern philosophy. That's where you get the whole Sun Tzu method of doing that, doing things. That's why he's playing Pai Chow. You know, it's passive resistance, and as someone that has created games most of his life, it's more along the lines of the best way, the whole war games analogy. The best way to win a game is to not play. Hello?
They brought that in so that they could appeal to Eastern philosophy.
Yeah. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, keep going.
I think the odds are that the reason that they leaned so heavily on Eastern philosophy that he was teaching, what's her face? I don't remember her name. The ISO girl.
Cora.
Cora, that's right. The reason that they brought that in was to appeal to Eastern philosophy because of the emphasis or because of the um, correlations that were made between the first movie and the and the and Christian philosophy.
Yeah. Well,
Because you have to remember that Disney is leaning toward courting
secularism.
China and Eastern
Yeah.
countries.
Well, like I said, and I thought it was funny that when they're going, he's looking at all the virtual books there, and her favorite's Jules Verne. And he says,
No, I love. Have you met him?
exactly. What's he like?
What I miss? What I miss?
Oh, we were
More
talking about
Jules Verne
Cora
joke.
and
Oh,
Jules
Cora.
Verne.
Ah, yes. How she liked the writings of Jules Verne is her favorite.
And
Yes.
has
Oh.
he met him?
Oh, that's right. He's like, "Do you know Jules Verne?" He goes, "Yeah." What's he like?
Uh-huh.
Like,
But
she is
see,
naive.
I mean, but here's a little
Well, you
known
have to
fact about
consider-
Tron too. The Cora character
Mhm.
is supposedly the mother of Cortana.
Oh God. Let's not go there. That's too many universes at once. Now, Angela, you're going to have another thought. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that if you consider it from the state of view of a being that can conceivably live forever, the idea of Jules Verne and Sam Flynn knowing each other isn't that far off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Flynn did say that they were profoundly naive, so they know nothing about the real world. So they can only imagine what it would look like. Can only imagine what it would feel like and see, and imagine what it could possibly hold for them. And that's when that was another thing that I was always kind of questioning when Flynn's like, what could the grid do? Is like disease, all that kind of stuff, history. How would you get rid of disease from the grid? Is that if you were talking about transferring your consciousness to the grid so that your corporeal body's gone and you live forever in the grid?
That would be the only way to do that, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes. But the thing is, you have what's called the human condition. The human condition dictates that even if you have the most peaceful intentions, how often have you seen the most peaceful person become militaristic over time just by seeing how the world is?
Well, look at how things are going today.
Exactly. You have the best people. I mean, you can kind of make it the same kind of analogy with a politician. A politician will say that they can be the nicest people and have the best of intentions, but how often have you seen a politician go dirty based upon what their price is? Everybody has got a price. Everybody.
Everybody does.
It's just a
That's
matter
the
of
road to hell, man.
Yeah, good intentions, absolutely. But what I mean by everybody's got a price, how much would it take for someone to buy you off, basically buy your vote? That's why they need to get rid of lobbyists from Washington, because that's where all of this money and all these votes are going toward. They're going toward the best intentions of lobbyists. They need to get rid of them to finally and hopefully see things the way that they should be seen from the view of the people that are there, the people that they represent. They call it a House of Representatives to represent their districts, their people, their voters. Yet, when was the last time that you saw a representative vote in the best interest of the actual voters, as opposed to a lobbyist that just said, "Hey, look, if we pay you this amount, will you vote for us?" They even did this in that Eddie Murphy movie, The Distinguished Gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
That by nature, politicians are corrupt and dirty. And if they don't start that way, they will get that way eventually. It's almost like, oh gosh, what was it? Like the Ring of Power in Lord of the Rings. What was it that Gandalf said? Or somebody that said, if I had the ring, I would use its power for good, but over time it would corrupt him.
That was actually a woman.
Or was it another character?
Galadriel.
I'm sorry, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. I couldn't say who it was, but Galadriel says that exact thing, and that is the same. Humanity is exactly the same way. You might have the best of intentions, but given enough power, resources, money, or whatever, you will most likely eventually turn into something that you never thought you would become.
Well, to go back, unfortunately, to The Hobbit and the Ring, that was actually why Gandalf determined that it was going to have to be a hobbit that carried the ring to Mordor, and that they couldn't go alone because hobbits were the least corruptible race on the planet or in the universe, and that even they most likely would not be able to destroy the ring once they got there.
And even Gandalf said when Frodo was like, "Here, you take it," and Gandalf's like, "You cannot offer me this." Probably for the same reason that Galadriel said the same thing. Because she even pictured it. Instead of what was it? Instead of something, you would have a queen. All shall love me and despair, that kind of thing. It showed what would happen to her if she got power or if she got control of that ring. But to dovetail it back to the whole Tron thing, that goes to show you that you give somebody enough power, eventually they're going to go bad. A Dark Lord, that's right. Instead of a Dark Lord, you would have a queen. That is right. Thank you for that correction. But anyway, again, I'm going off on a tangent again. Sorry. Not dark, but beautiful.
I'm sorry. I know my.
As treacherous as the seas. What is it? What is her entire dialogue from that? Because it was really well done. It's like something like the darkness of the earth. All shall love me and despair. So.
Sorry about that. I had to do a breathing treatment.
It happens. Sevi, what are you doing, pal? Severus is up on my lap. He's doing his little spin around before he can lay down and get comfy.
Yeah.
Did you just say Severus?
Yeah, that's what we named our dog. One of our dogs is named Severus, and the other one is Celeste.
Snape is best character.
Yes, he is. Hell, if you wanted to, we could talk about the Harry Potter movies some other time.
Well, like I said, this is a nerd out stream.
Oh, I know.
It's allowed as long as it's.
Oh, it says Tron edition. We got to stick to Tron. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, but the first word is nerd.
Like hello.
Well, I love that you. At the end of the last stream, we said, or the last part of this stream, we said that the conversation was going well, so we wanted to continue it.
Yes.
And then we went to a completely different angle.
It's a tangential relationship, okay? Have you ever tried to use one of those scientific calculators and you always hit that tan button, all of a sudden things just goes, just turns into ape shit. I'm like, what the hell is that? But yeah, his son says, yeah, I named our little man Severus, and then she named the girly girl Celeste. Dr. Functional says, where's the Tron? I was promised Tron, James. Well, you're going to have to go back and watch the first couple of episodes and probably edit out about 90% of the stuff if you want to get to the Tron stuff.
Actually, we've talked a lot about Tron.
Yeah, we actually
we just dispersed over 3 episodes.
Yeah, it's because Jitty's like, oh, I must. Wow, that sounds just like me. Pretty girl enough, honey. She probably needs to go out. Yeah, it's also very windy outside too. So then you have different kinds of no problem, baby. Gosh, I think we've basically covered almost all of the movie, but what would you say would be your favorite parts? I mean, I've already discussed my favorite parts. So just a second, honey. But yeah, I mean, I would like the dogfight is my favorite part, and then I would also say the light cycles are okay. I did like that they did a good job at it, but they just didn't have the kind of appeal. And I did like the disc wars. That one was good.
Yeah.
That one was really well fleshed out. See what I did there. And but I would have to say, apart from the dogfight, I would have to say that probably the nightclub part at the end of Line Club was probably one of the better parts.
I was gonna say I actually liked that part the best, but I actually also really enjoyed the relationship between Sam Flynn and Bruce Boxleitner's character in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
And how he stepped up as a surrogate father for Sam.
Yeah. Well, he's like, what was he saying? When Sam turns around and he's got those big old freaking black and blue marks, and Alan goes,
like you had a rough landing.
Yeah, he goes, rough landing, huh? And then and Sam just kind of casually tosses him a beer, a Coors Light, or not a Coors Light. It was just a Coors, but a Coors of all things. And Alan just catches it and doesn't open it or anything. And Sam's just like, "I'll take a drink." And who loved his quote unquote apartment, which was basically 2 giant shipping containers that are just kind of gutted out, and he just puts his stuff in there. And also, if you notice, there was a reference to the first Tron on the shipping containers. It said Dumont on one of them in the original Tron's font, no less. So there's a nice little payback.
Conversion of shipping containers into like tiny homes was a big thing at the time.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes.
I did not know that.
It still is.
Well, it still is. I actually would really like to do it, but there's usually a lot of remodeling and cutting out to create windows and things like that for the type of tiny home from a shipping container that I would want. Dr. Functional, I do kind of agree with you, and was going to say that to Dr. Funkenstein's Ghost. It was very much a bit of a expanded music video. But in this case, the storyline was way better than the other movie that we watched.
Sorry, I was talking to son. Well, I mean, he says he appreciated it as a 2-hour music video.
Yes.
Well, in a way, it kind of was. Hi, darling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We watched a movie on Rotten Corpses stream that was basically an hour and a half 80s music video, and It really was not a good movie at all. At least the one I like. Um, I liked the movie as well as the music.
You also got some Lord of the Rings if you go back to the first part,
I think
where
he's just
I compared Lord of the Rings to Brokeback Mountain.
talking about
Yes,
the people
you
on the signal
did.
fires.
Stop.
What do those people at the signal fires really do when they're not lighting fires?
They're creating.
yeah, yeah, they're creating all right. But you know, well, then you have well, let's see. When I do like the general naivety that Sam has when he is brought into the grid. He's like, I have no idea what's going on. He gets taken by this recognizer over to this arena where they suit him up, and while they're suiting him up, they kind of tear off his clothing with these little finger guns or whatever, and he's like, "It's got a zipper."
I know. I was like, oh.
So it's like, oh my god, a Disney movie showed the side of somebody's leg in his undies. Wow, that's PG right there for sure. That's rated R. No,
Hell,
but he's like, it's got a zipper, and these they call them sirens, the four chicks, and all of a sudden you see this big old matte black stuff just kind of go all the way up to his neck, but then you see the circuitry. Oh no, they go and get the armor pieces first, and then one of the sirens looks at the other, and she goes, "He is different." And then they suit him up, and I love the way that they illuminated it from his feet up to his shoulders. So it just kind of just turns on, flickers on, and then once and Sam's like, "What do I do now?" And she just goes, "Survive."
Oh my god.
I mean, like one word, like survive. I'm like, okay. And
well,
another. Oh, go ahead, James.
here's a little visual trivia for you. The bartender at the End of Line Club is the director of the first movie.
Yes. Yep. That's what's his name? Steve Lisberger.
No, yes.
Yep. He played the bartender. His name was Shaddix. Shaddix was his name in the movie. Shaddix. And yeah, and also if you remember, there's also a reference to the first movie when Sam's getting suited up. The woman's voice overhead that says, "You will receive an identity disc. Everything you do or learn will be printed on this disc. If you fail to follow commands or that's exactly the same thing that Sark said when he was addressing the new people on the game grid in the first movie.
Yeah, I did recognize that.
And I was like, oh, that's a nice little reference, a little in thing. And then they do the disc wars, and Sam's like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I throw my disc, and supposedly he knocks it back, or it goes through the head, and then he learns it. He's like, oh, so that's how it is. When that little he falls through, and then, oh, okay, so I can do this in order to win. So what he does is the guy charges him. He's like, this is easy. Crash. He smashes out the floor, and the program just goes right through the floor, and dead. He wins. And then he tries that with Rinsler, and Rinsler's like, I ain't that stupid. And then they get to this point where he basically gets schooled by Rinsler, and he goes, why do I feel like I just got dunked on?
Well, when you're playing against TRON, that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, and then Rinsler breaks apart his discs into him, and Sam's like, "Oh, is that even legal?" I mean, just some of the little one-liners. They're just fun. They're just fun and they're funny.
Which says that Garrett Hedlund would have made a better Spider-Man than this British bitch that we got.
I don't base any opinions on superhero movies because I don't like superhero movies, so I will pass on them. And no, Tron Legacy was not a superhero movie, and anybody that says so is WRONG Wong. So yeah. So at any rate,
realized that Donnelly Rhodes was in it. I missed him.
What?
He
Donna.
apparently played Sam's grandfather.
Oh, yeah, in the first part.
Yeah, I missed it.
You missed it? Well, apparently somebody named Serinda Swan is also in it. See, now you're going to make me go to this IMDb page. How dare you?
I know.
IMDb.
He
Oh.
was in a show that I used to watch as a kid. He played like a rescue pilot
Okay.
slash father.
Ah. So
I
you.
can't remember the name of the show right now.
So you're a fan of James Frayne, huh?
I am actually. I like a lot of different kinds of movies, and one of my favorite movies is actually um God, I can't even think of the name of it right now. Natalie Portman was in it. She had a baby in Walmart. My kids call it the Walmart baby movie.
I call it a waste of time.
I actually really liked the movie, and I read the book
What was it as?
because of it. Um,
Wow.
and it actually was a good book as well. But I can't think of the name of the movie right now either.
Apparently, he's married to somebody named Marta Cunningham. And his favorite actor is Daniel Day-Lewis.
Of course.
Well, it says he's one of Hollywood's most versatile and respected actors who has a reputation for bold, intelligent performances in a diverse body of work in which he's collaborated with some of the finest actors and directors working today.
We're talking about James Frayne.
Yes.
Give me a second. Where the Heart Is. That's the name of the movie. With the Walmart baby.
Got it.
But actually, the very first thing that I saw him in was a movie called The Shadowlands.
Huh.
It was Anthony Hopkins playing C.S. Lewis.
He was in STD too. He played Sarek in 9 episodes.
That's true. Yes, I actually did see that.
Boy, wow, he's got quite a lot of movie credits.
He didn't play C.S. Lewis. Anthony.
He has I'm looking at his resume of movies.
For some reason, I can't think of anybody's.
He did a lot of TV.
Name right now.
Holy
Anthony Hopkins?
cow.
The one that played Thor's dad, Anthony Hopkins.
Oh.
Yeah. I kept thinking that it was wrong. But yeah.
He was in an
Anthony
episode.
Hopkins played C.S. Lewis. He played a student of C.S. Lewis at university.
Huh. Okay.
Actually. Who also became an author.
Ah. Where the Heart Is this one, yeah. Well, he was in a couple of other things that
he's been in a lot of things. That really crappy Ben Affleck movie.
Which one?
I don't watch Ben Affleck movies, so I wouldn't know. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're all crappy.
Give me a second.
Which Ben Affleck movie?
Yeah, or I was like, which crappy Ben Affleck movie?
Reindeer Games.
Oh, okay.
That was a good one. I actually liked Reindeer Games.
I closed his IMDb page, so I don't know. It looks like the only thing I've ever seen him in is Tron Legacy. So there you go. Tom Holland is the worst Peter and Spidey.
Disagree.
If you guys start talking superhero movies, I'm gonna
like I said, I like a lot of different kinds of movies. Okay.
Yeah,
have you ever seen Lonesome Dove, Moonshock?
No, I have no idea what that is. Let me look it up.
It's a Western.
Oh, I don't.
Thank you. That was the argument I was just about to get into that we had the other day.
A novel by Larry McMurtry, and it's American television series.
It was a mini series. It was very good.
Oh, it's got Diane Lane in it, huh?
Yes, it does.
Tommy Lee Jones. Oh my God, that guy's looking horrible these days. Oh, Ricky Schroeder. Heck, I watched that kid in the Silver Spoons when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So did everybody.
Robert Urich, Chris Cooper. Wow, it's got a lot of headliners in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
Danny Glover. Wow. It's
Believe it or not, he plays a black guy that fought in the Civil War
What?
in a
Oh.
Western. I know.
Wow, that's so stunning and so brave.
It was not a movie about the Civil War, just so you know.
Wow, it says these episodes are like 384 minutes long. Were they that long?
Well, they were about as long as my. Well, yeah, they were pretty long.
The show was probably 300 and something minutes long.
Wow. Okay.
Each section, it went on for 5 episodes.
Oh,
It
so
was
it
a
was
5-part
definitely
series.
longer than
And
that.
each
And they were 2
episode
hours
was
and
2.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would explain why. Because on Google it says that season 1, episode 1. It says episode 1 is actually, it says all of them are 384 minutes, but that's a long freaking time.
Yeah, it was basically
It's like 5.5 hours almost. Actually, more than 5.5 hours.
it's a really long show, but it's
Okay.
actually a really good story, and it included a lot of the stuff from the book actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's about as long as a well-hung Asian.
Shut up. Wow, Bruce Boxleitner, 72. He'll be 73 this year.
Wow.
Yeah, he was born in Elgin, Illinois. He's 6'2". He's taller than me. Son of a bitch.
How tall are you?
Me, I'm 6 foot. He has 3 kids: Sam, Lee, and Sam. Sam Boxleitner, huh? It's Sam, Lee, and Michael. I mean, he doesn't look too bad for 72. He almost looks
Right?
He almost looks like Clancy Brown. Sort of.
Okay, I'm gonna say no because I
Well,
know what Clancy Brown looks
In
like.
this picture I'm looking at, he looks similar, not just like, similar. But yes, his younger ones, no, he doesn't look anything like him. Because yes, Clancy Brown is an ugly bastard, but
I like
that's my
Clancy
opinion.
Brown in Shawshank.
He was good in Starship Troopers too.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, see, circle
Hold up
back.
your head, soldier.
We're gonna. And he throws the knife right at it. He's like, ah! It's like, matter.
Now push a button.
Well, in
I actually watched Earth 2, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Well, when and the other guy, he took him down. He basically took him down. He busted his arm right in half. Like, ow! And then they have it healed up miraculously with that blue healing fluid stuff. Like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, he's
It's the
just
same
fine.
shit that was in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, it's the same tank that Luke used.
Bacta, the Bacta tank from the Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, I'm talking about the other trooper that got killed. Breckenridge was the other trooper. But when he went up to, because Clancy Brown's character, he goes, who thinks they can knock me down or take me down? In the his character, the I can't remember what the actor's name, but Breckenridge said, he goes, I think I can, sir. So he takes off. So Clancy Brown takes off his belt, and then they just start sparring. All of a sudden, he takes them down, and then he has his leg. What? No, Jake Busey was the other guy. This is the guy that played Breckenridge. Jake Busey played Ace. So anyway, he has his like knee or something on his back, or no, on his leg, and then he just kind of nonchalantly he just busts his arm right in half. I'm like, ow! And then he goes, yeah, and then he goes, what's wrong with this? He goes, my arm, sir, I think it's broken, and it's just hanging there. Of course, it's broken. So anyway, we're talking about Tron again, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Sun just turned around and said Jake Busey, which brought me back to Peter Jackson. The Frighteners was a great movie.
Jake Busey's the first time I was exposed to Jake Busey when his character was in Contact.
The
When he
first time I was exposed to Jake Busey was The Frighteners.
in Contact he played that religious nut that blew up the first machine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good actor though. He did
Mhm.
pretty good. But yeah, he was like an anti-science religious. What would you call him? I
A
don't want to
Sun.
call him yeah, there you go. That's it. A religious zealot. Hated technology and hated science. So yeah. Now see Jodie Foster. I like Jodie Foster in that movie too. She was actually not too bad.
She's kind of manly in that movie.
She is, but at the same time, it's like, I've actually, this is how naive I am about Jodie Foster movies. That was actually the first time I'd ever seen her in a movie. Was in Contact. So, like,
Oh
oh, Jodie
no.
Foster's not bad. And everybody's like, didn't you know she was Silence of the Lambs or something like that?
Yeah, she was. She played the FBI
Clarice.
agent, Clarice Starling,
Yeah.
in
So,
Silence of the Lambs. But she was also Becky Thatcher in the old Disney version of Tom Sawyer.
She's
mhm.
also a
She was also in a crap ton of Disney
Disney
movies,
movies.
including Candle Shoe, and she
Oh,
was basically the female version of Kurt Russell. They both started. They both started in old Disney movies.
okay. Hmm.
um,
Fascinating.
but
Which
she
they
was
know
in
the real
this.
reason why Mickey Mouse got his name.
She was in this weird suspense thriller called something like The Little Girl Who Lived Down the Lane or The Poor Girl Who Lived Down the Lane or something, where her dad died and she was trying to live on her own.
Okay.
And she was like killing people who tried to come and take her with arsenic
Huh.
in their tea.
Oh, she's born in '62. Okay, what was her movies again? Hold on a second. Oh, it doesn't have her filmography. Oh, here it is. Jodie Foster filmography. Um, Tom Sawyer. Wow, she really was in a lot of Disney stuff, wasn't she?
Yeah, if you
The
look up
little
Kurt
girl who
Russell.
lives down the lane.
Yes.
Rin Jacobs. I'm sorry. Ah,
I agree.
damn! You heard that? I could barely hear that, and you heard. Candle Shoe.
Candle Shoe was pretty fun
Casey
movie.
Brown. See, she's seen more movies than I have with Jodie Foster. First one I said Contact. That's the only one I remember with her in it.
She
Oh wait,
also
I'm sorry.
played
I
like a
saw her in Maverick.
she
Love
also played
Maverick.
like
Yeah.
she also played like a prostitute in a movie about I wanna say Al Capone.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It was like a really old movie.
Huh. Well, her filmography goes all the way back to '72. And apparently, she does more directing than anything else these days. So, wow, she's a lot of TV too. Wow, actually, she was in TV before she was in movies in 1968. She was only 6 years old. She played something in Mayberry RFD. Oh, she was with Rod Serling in the '72 Ironside series. Anyway, so
I
she
didn't
was
believe her character in The Accused.
yeah. Well,
Oh my god.
Some mentions Flight Plan too. I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
Her
Um
character wasn't believable in The Accused. Because
Hmm.
honestly, I don't think I would.
Well,
um Panic Room was
Panic Room?
another one. Shoot
Huh.
Yeah, she plays a woman who gets stuck in their panic room with her daughter who's diabetic after people try to rob them.
Ah. Oh, yep. Apparently, his son likes Panic Room too. Apparently, Flight Plan had Sean Bean in it, but he didn't die in it.
Hmm.
Poor
I
Sean
guess
Bean.
he's the one that made the plan.
Well, the thing is, if you start talking about horror movies, I don't really watch a whole lot of them, so I I really couldn't say yes or no on them. So I was like, horror movie, nope. Superhero movie, nope. I would say the only superhero movie I actually like is Deadpool. The Deadpool movies, I laugh my ass off on those because they're funny. All the other
I was
ones,
gonna
no
say
thanks.
because they're comedy.
Yes, they really are. But other ones, meh. And from what I've seen of them, apparently they're nothing but big CGI fests, and they're nothing but like gray and browns. They're very earthy tones, and that's about it. And everybody keeps saying Groot, whatever the hell a Groot is.
I love Groot.
I have
Baby Groot is best.
what is it? A tree guy or something? Tree man?
He's a
Yes.
tree. Yes.
A tree. A tree. It's a tree. And why is a tree a good character?
Okay.
Ask
I
Treebeard.
will. I will have to show you why Groot is best character.
Let's not get too hasty.
Baby Groot is best character,
Okay.
and it's a lot better than Baby Yoda. Fight me.
I have no idea what the hell is in the Mandalorian. I don't really care. I'm sick and tired of seeing this Baby Yoda shit all over the place. It annoys me because it doesn't look any kind of cute. If anything, it looks very disturbing. So,
Yeah, but technically a Mogwai isn't cute either.
not really. Gremlins kind of creep me out too. Mogwais are like ugly as hell. They got these big old fleshy ears that have no hair on them, and it's all of
When
these
they're like
rules.
totally fuzzy all over, I'm like,
Yeah,
it's a
and
rat with bat ears.
well, and
Well,
all the rules that they come with. I mean, they multiply
it's
when
a
they get wet.
it's a living teddy bear with bat ears.
Yeah, and and the old guy's right. With Mogwai come much responsibility. Like no shit, they turn into these little reptilian little hellions that want to destroy stuff. Like
I'm going to
yeah.
post this in chat.
Oh. Oh God, we're screwed now.
Oh
Ah,
no.
Nicolas Cage. Blah. Not one of my favorite actors.
There you
I
go.
actually don't mind Nicolas Cage. I like Nicolas Cage movies that James doesn't like though.
A couple of my favorite Nick Cage movies is Raising Arizona.
Never saw it.
That was good.
Never saw it.
Let's see. I kind of liked him in the National Treasure movies.
I actually really like those movies. I
Is
love
that the
them.
one where they go around and find like these supposedly secret, super secret government, not
Mhm.
government, but like conspiracy theory kind of things, or is that the other?
No, you're right.
Okay.
It's
The
basically a conspiracy theory that the Freemasons
Freemasons.
Yeah.
are descendants of a crusade order from the crusade, an order of knights
Ah.
in the crusade.
Is that the one where
That
there's like a
are,
treasure at Mount Rushmore or something? Was that the?
yeah,
Okay.
that was the sequel.
Oh, was
Yeah,
it?
that was
Okay.
the second one. The first one was like under
Underneath Wall Street.
under Washington D.C.
Oh. Okay. The only thing I ever heard about in a movie that's under Washington D.C. is in Under Siege 2, when there's a strike hard nuclear reactor that the guy wants to hit with a satellite that can make earthquakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the best line out of that entire movie in Under Siege 2, assumption is the mother of all.
Fuck ups.
Uh-huh.
Did you see a body? I assumed. Isn't assumption the mother of all fuck ups? Yes.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
See. I like the Under Siege movies. I like those. Those are nice. I can't
Under Siege
exactly.
1.
The first one was okay, but then you have like you've got
Boobies.
Mr. You got Mr. O'Brien. Mr. O'Brien as a badass terrorist in the first movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, I don't think
Malcolm,
so.
call him Malcolm or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, no, next. Oh, and of course you got to have the requisite boobies, but didn't watch it for that. Besides, hers are kind of a little bit big for me anyway. So anyway,
Drive Angry is best Nick Cage movie though.
what is Drive Angry?
Oh yes.
Never heard of it. Wait, have I? I don't know what that one is.
I don't either.
Drive Angry
I
is
keep
good.
telling Rotten and Tier we need to watch Primal.
What's that?
It's a Nicolas Cage movie. It is so awesomely bad. It's wonderful.
Oh God! If you want an awesomely bad movie, you got to watch The Room. Oh God, that movie is horrible. With Tommy Wiseau.
It's either going to be because I haven't seen The Room. It's either going to be so bad that it's just bad, or so bad that I love it, and then it will be awesomely bad.
The Room is sort of like multiplying by negatives. It's like so horribly bad it circles back on itself and becomes relatively decent.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it is so god awful. I mean, the acting is horrible, but it's like one of those you just can't stop watching it because it's that bad.
You don't like horror movies, so the answer to this is probably going to be no.
What's that?
Have you seen Sleepaway Camp?
No. Why? Oh God, is it that bad?
It is the most awesomely bad movie ever.
Well,
it is literally like an hour and 20-minute movie where you're sitting there for like a solid hour and 15 minutes or hour and 5 minutes going, why haven't I shut this off yet?
And then Camp is the reason why our generation fears transgender people.
And then you get to the end and it's thank you for that, James. You get to the end and it's just, that's why I haven't shut this off yet.
No. Thing is though, I've seen my share of bad movies, but I don't remember any of them. I guess that's how bad they were. They just kind of go in one out, in one ear, and it's like by the time they come out the other side, and I'll never remember them ever again, except for The Room, because it is so horribly bad. I can actually remember it.
It's just like between the bad acting, the bad script, and the 1970s fortune teller shorts. You're just like, I can't believe I'm still watching.
Well,
let's see.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you know how I said I don't really necessarily watch horror movies. Have you ever seen the Creepshow movies?
Love them.
Yes.
Okay,
they're so fun.
The first Creepshow movies. The first Creepshow movie gave me nightmares forever. And I swear to God, when I lived with my parents as a kid, we had a fish tank in our apartment, and it made the air pump made the weirdest noises, and it sounded just like the guy in Creepshow that said, "I got my cake." I woke up in the middle of the night hearing that from that air pump in the fish tank. I went out into the living room. I went into the living room to look at the fish tank and think, why am I hearing this guy saying, "I got my cake"? Because we had just watched the Creepshow movie that previous night, and I'm sitting here terrified that I can hear some dead person saying, "I got my cake."
Bedelia.
And then you have the second one. The second one is just bad, but in a good way. You know, my favorite of the second one was The Raft, the second one in the series of 3. And you're like, okay, what in the hell is that thing? It's some oil slick that eats things.
Yeah.
You know, and then you've got you've got these people out there. They're out there smoking weed, and this one girl, she's like, "Oh, I'm just smoking." A nice thing to feel. And then the third death was that other girl that guy pulled up her top and he's like, "Dude, you're like freaking getting yourself whatever." So anyway, her head is like right next to the openings in the boards, and she looks forward and she goes, Randy, and her face is like half eaten off. And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." And then the guy swims. He's like, "Ha ha, I beat you!" And then the slick makes this big wave that just eats him off of the shore. Hell yeah!
Mm-hmm.
But the last one, the hitchhiker, was disturbing as hell. That one is like because if you remember that the woman in the car hits this man and kills him. He's like a hitchhiker, and
Thanks for the ride, lady.
Yeah, thanks for the ride, lady. and then that's all he ever says is thanks for the ride, lady. And then the more and more and more she keeps like pummeling this guy's corpse, the worse and worse it gets, and he's still like thanks for the ride, lady. And then at the very end, as that part ends, isn't she like dead on the hood, and then she has the sign that he was carrying on her.
Uh-huh.
So like, oh, okay. And the irony of the second skit after that guy gets eaten by the oil slick is that it pans off to the right of where the creature's starting to go back out in the middle of the lake, and the sign that says no swimming. It's like, no shit. I wonder why. But no, the creep shows were good, and that's probably about as horror flick as I'll get.
Okay, was the voodoo doll the wraparound in the first one or the second one?
In the second one, there were only 3 of them. In the second one, there was Old Chief Woodenhead, the Raft, and the Hitchhiker. So the first
the wraparound story that was going in between the parts.
Oh, the cartoon with the kid in the Venus flytrap? That was the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one just had
the voodoo doll.
Yeah. First one had the voodoo doll. The second one had the kid who wanted to get a Venus flytrap, and then these bullies stepped on it, so he kicked one of them in the nuts and all that kind of fun stuff. But the first one had like 5 different skits, and wasn't Leslie Nielsen in one of them?
Yes, it was.
The guy that did like
with
the cockroaches.
No,
that was not Leslie Nielsen.
He was the one that buried the people in the beach.
Yes.
And he was the one that, in the end, he himself was buried by the dead people that he killed.
Yes. Which is funny because it was the guy that played Ted in Airplane with him.
Mm. Really?
Who
was
the guy?
Actually the guy that played Jeff Bridges' character in the Starman series?
Jeff Bridges. Oh, in the series. Oh, I never watched the series. I just watched the movie.
I did.
Of course you did. If you like the movie, you're gonna watch the series naturally. But who was the one that didn't? I know because I know that Stephen King was in the one with all that green, the meteor. That was Stephen King that he ended up blowing his head off at the end of it. But who was the guy that didn't like the cockroaches? Who was that actor?
I want to say Ed Asner. But give me a second. Maybe not.
IMDb to the rescue. Okay, Creep Show. No, not the series. 1982. Wow, it's that old? Damn.
George Romero did the directing?
I don't know.
I don't think it was George C. Scott.
The Crate?
Yeah, the Crate was
I didn't like the Crate. That one creeped me out because didn't they take the Crate away? It killed everybody, and then at the very end, the Crate is back where they first got it.
Yeah, but that's the best way to get rid of a overbearing woman.
Oh Jesus! Oh, Ed Harris was in Creep Show. Wow, Ted Danson. Ted Danson was in that one too, huh? Hal Holbrook. Wow, Vivica.
E.G. Marshall.
E.G. Marshall was the person with the cockroach thing?
Yes.
Okay. Segment there. Oh, they're creeping up on you. Yeah. Upson Pratt.
That one I
Yeah.
have to admit wigged me out big time.
Oh no, 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 no.
Well, the cockroach one? Yeah, that one was creepy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wasn't it? But
The
but
funny thing about the Stephen King episode
mhm.
was is that he was had a long day on the set, so he was still in his clothes or in his costume.
Yeah.
He went to pick up his son from school, who had gotten in a fight at school,
Oh no.
and so they went to McDonald's, and the kid's got a black eye, and he looks like
He gave it to his kid.
inbred Jed. So the manager of the McDonald's calls the cops on him.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
that he had to explain to the cops.
wow. That's yeah. Well, the thing is, I told him to pick up the hose, but he didn't pick up the hose. I'd have bust him in his eye.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yes, but well, we've actually run the gamut. We need to have another movie stream where we just talk about everything and anything. So if you do want to have another nerd stream on here where we talk about movies, I'm all for it. So think of some movies that you might want to talk about, and we can go ahead and give that a run. So
Yeah, for the next 4.5 minutes. Do we want to do a part 4 or?
Oh, I'm done for now.
No.
Okay.
I think we've run
I think
this.
that was his way of saying I think we're done for the day.
Yeah. See if
Okay.
you can get whatever the hell that other thing is called. Frickin' StreamYard. See if you can get that going next time.
Yeah, I think I will. It's just going to take a minute.
That's fine. But I do want to thank you for having me on. It's been a great 3 hours. That's what it's
Yes,
been.
it
3
has.
hours. 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yes.
It's been fun.
I'll admit that when I'm like, what the hell are we going to talk about?
Who wants to listen to TRON for 3 hours? Obviously, you've never been on a James stream.
I can watch it for 3 hours. I can watch it forever. I mean, well, I don't want to watch it forever, but you know.
Well, I should either call this nerd. Stop calling it the Nerd Out stream. Just call it the ADD stream.
But talk about everything and anything stream.
Exactly.
You know, one thing. Okay, I do have to ask this. I was actually thinking about this morning. This morning, son and I, we went out to breakfast, and we went to a Big Boy. If you guys know what those are, and they in California they used to be called Bob's Big Boy.
Bob's Big Boy. Yeah.
Are they still called that there?
They don't exist here anymore.
Okay. Yeah, they used to be called Bob's Big Boy. Anyway, they have them still out here, and they had a breakfast buffet. She got that, and I got an omelet, like a meat lover's omelet. And since when do omelets not have cheese in them?
Since a bunch of people have become lactose intolerant.
I am somewhat lactose intolerant, but this omelet had no cheese in it. It just had the egg and the meat. I was hoping that there might have been some cheese in that omelet. I feel kind of shorted.
I don't.
You got the cow. You can't have its cheese. Which is very Jewish omelet.
You got your protein, damn it! Shut up and be happy.
You just had to do that, didn't you, babe?
Oh,
I didn't have to, but it was an artistic choice.
He's using creative license. There we go.
Well, you know, with Angela being Jewish or being a Jew, and me dating her, that makes me Jew adjacent or Jewish.
No, it really doesn't.
Jew
adjacent?
Jewish.
Jew adjacent, maybe. I'll give you.
So if you're in a hurry on Rosh Hashanah, would that be the Rosh Rush? Womp womp da-doom. Sorry, that was.
No.
Hey, man, that's pretty funny. You ought to join us on Quippers United sometime. It's a show where Jack Gunsky hosts.
I've never heard of it.
You ought to show up sometime.
I might have to check it out. You know, that'd be Quippers United Sundays, right? Sunday evening.
Yes, at 7 p.m. uh,
7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
Eastern or
And
Mountain Eastern.
I like, and that would be Terry Diamantez, Frosted Glass, and yourself, and 4 others, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. And
I
they
will be on this Sunday.
something about Quiplash and
Yes, yes, yes.
the party packs, Jackbox.
Yeah, all those.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, don't forget about this. I think it's the corner. I think on Friday
Yeah,
nights. Yeah,
yeah. The
9 o'clock
corner on
Eastern.
Friday nights
Friday
when
night, 9 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when
And
Frosted Glass can
whenever
get
he
around to
decides he
it.
wants to make it, he actually had plans this week. That's why there
Yeah.
wasn't one. But next week I will not. I may not be available
Oh no.
because it's my stepmother's birthday, and we're going to surprise her by showing up.
Mm.
But yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, well, yeah. My stepmother and I we've had a sordid past, but come to we've come to agree, and we've actually put our differences behind us. So now we're good now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah,
The Christian Science Monitor told me about stepmother issues.
you are disgusting.
Okay. So to get away from the Christian Science Monitor, James
Oh, and
and I
also
also tend to hang out with Rotten Corpse and Tyr Alexander, who
for
is in
Rotten
the
Corpse
chat right
movie
now at
reviews.
Dr. Funkenstein's ghost.
So is this an alternate identity of his? Is the Dr. Funkenstein, or is he actually?
Yes, it is.
Ah, okay. Well, Tyr was on.
He changes his name for lots of different times. He used to be Tyr Alexander, then it became Tyr Alexandrius.
He was on the corner last week with us.
Yes, yes, he
Yes.
was. He's a pretty smart guy.
Well, yeah, I would say so. No, I'm kidding. He's a good guy. No,
unless you get him to talking about that hoe got roaches in her crib.
Oh
Oh, you mean like in Creepshow?
Uh,
no.
well,
Nice relation.
that's what we call a callback in the business.
Womp womp.
But no, oh, what was it? Hey Kimmel read page for page a book called "That Hoe Got Roaches in Her Crib."
Oh God.
It's a fun read. It really is.
Well,
No.
I do like my puns. I will admit that.
Puns are awesome.
Yeah, and
But,
I haven't. Yeah, well, every once in a blue moon, I might be on Minions of the Zoo. So
yeah. But Sunday nights, if you wanted to join us, I'm sure that Rotten would let you. We watch a movie after around 9 o'clock Central Time.
That's about 10 here. I usually get ready for bed around that time, though.
Oh, okay.
I do have a real life job.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I. And Mondays are rough.
Yeah, thankfully I work from home, so my commute is about 5 steps.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you one thing,
see,
it saves me so much money on gas, especially with the prices these days. Well, I mean, how much is a gallon of gas in California right now? In SD,
a lot.
Is it over $4?
Yes,
Is it over $5?
a little bit.
Good God, $5 or more a gallon. Whew.
Yeah, see, we'll watch a movie on Johnny's movie part of Discord.
Okay.
And then we switch over to Rotten Corpse's Discord, and he fires up a stream, and we talk about it, basically like what we did here, but not as much in depth.
Not as
inside
ADD.
Baseball.
Way more ADD, actually.
Baseball.
Yeah, way more
ADD.
ADD.
Baseball. How about A League of Their Own? That was a good movie.
That was
Hey,
it's okay.
So you guys have a lot of varying likes and dislikes on those movies.
I think it's okay, but it's not as.
Yeah.
The remake was so much better because
don't
totally
even
happened back in the 40s where they had the black girl that played baseball with the white girls.
The remake was absolutely horrible. And I'm not going
Yes,
to
it
tell you.
was.
I'm just going to say it was absolutely horrible.
But
Let me
I
just say that you get to wake up a lot if you watch the redo.
yes, you do.
Mhm.
And yeah, because anywho, history isn't a real concept.
History started in 2016 when Orange Man Bad came
Mhm.
back.
Yes, before that, everyone else got along. There
Yes,
was no hate. There was no violence.
it was utopia. We lived in utopia.
Yes, yes,
The
it
world
was.
was perfect, kumbaya and all that stuff. Age of Aquarius, blah blah blah. Yeah.
But yeah, and I
Did
think
you
that's all we
know?
got for chilling.
Yes. Did you know that we actually are now in the age of Pisces? Hence the age before the age of Aquarius.
Well, at
There
least
you
they found
go.
something to put the fish in.
Hey, I'm a Pisces. I'm a Pisces. As a Pisces, I'm offended by that, sir.
Aw.
I don't care.
Are you fishing for?
I'm fishing for compliments.
Yeah.
Ah, ba-doom-psh. That's a fish of another color. Ah, ba-doom-psh. See, even Sun like that one. See,
Yeah.
you want to know why I like email so much? Because I get to fish. Ba-doom-psh. Do you know what my
Oh,
favorite musical group is? Fish.
fish.
Ba-doom-psh. Something's fishy
Okay.
around here.
Honey,
Wow.
open the
Okay.
door.
You know why I
We're
like
gonna walk
Fridays so
through it
much?
now.
Fish.
I didn't do this.
Okay, we can
No,
go
he
now.
opened the door, so I get to do this.
No.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Are we going to get punny
No.
in this house?
This is gonna be bad.
I'm listening.
Let's see.
If this is a why did the chicken cross the road joke, we know the answer.
What do you call a factory that makes okay products? It's satisfactory.
Oh, I mean,
What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
Uh,
Supplies.
I like that one. Supplies. That's what it says. Like I've got a speech impediment. Supplies. Anyway, next. See, something like that.
I like
Don't
Sun
commit the crime
laughing.
if you can't handle the punishment. Oh yeah. I mean, see, thing is, she's more famous than me, and not that I'm that famous, but people like her more because of her laughter in the background.
Yeah.
You know, it's like whenever she says something, I mean, or even on the corner, you've seen that. Whenever people say hi to her, I interrupt everything. They say
I
hi to
think
her,
I
and she goes,
started
"Hi."
that one, didn't I?
Yeah, I believe it was you that started that. Yes.
Yeah.
So all
But
of a
if you
sudden,
notice, I changed it up to where I have you stop chat to tell her hi, and then I'll type in her name to tell you hi.
yep, basically. See, that's what it's
That
come
part
to.
hasn't caught on yet.
Interrupting. Will that be cornerous interruptus? To-do.
Exactly.
So okay, so you got any more dad jokes before we end?
I got it. I
Oh,
got carded
don't.
at the
Please
liquor
don't.
store,
He looks
Okay,
them up.
and my
dad.
Blockbuster card accidentally fell out. The cashier said, "Never mind."
Ah. Okay, so 145 best dad jokes that have the whole family laughing.
Exactly. That's what I'm. That's what I'm doing.
I'm afraid for the calendar. Its days are numbered.
Yes. What do you call a bear with no ears? But
How do you follow Will Smith in the snow? You follow the Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
God. If April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring?
Pilgrims.
Pilgrims.
Pilgrims. White
Ta-dum.
privilege.
Oh,
Ooh.
dear math, grow up and solve your own
Own
problems.
problems.
Yes.
What did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waved.
Yep.
How does the moon cut his hair? Eclipse it. Ta-dum.
The friend
What?
of mine was building a scale model of a diorama of Mount Rushmore.
Mm-hmm.
His son walks in and says, "Is that to scale?" He says, "No, it's to look at."
A skeleton walks into a bar and says, "Hey, bartender, I'll have one beer and a mop." Uh-huh. Oh my God, what do you call a poor Santa Claus? Saint Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Why?
Yep.
Oh, rough.
Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? It was too tired. And with that, we'll go ahead and say thank you very much.
Ginger
yes.
so white, he
That-
uses white.
That's
White
that's
out of spray tan.
That's what I was saying. That was what I was. My
we
last
actually,
response was.
yeah, I actually made that one up. I mean, I'm so ginger, I use white out as my spray tan.
Woo!
Yep. So,
Well, we need to raise gender awareness.
hey, wait a
Everybody aware
second.
of teachers now?
Is raising gender awareness, is that a sex joke?
No, ginger awareness.
Ginger. Oh, ginger. Yes, we definitely need to
Is
raise
everyone
ginger.
aware now?
I'm aware of the ginger. I just looked in a mirror.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah. See, I'm so ginger. I don't tan. I go from white to red to white. There's no tan. There's no shade of tan in my skin, unless you count the freckles, of course. Hi.
Awesome.
How are you?
Can we play Connect the Dots?
Shut up.
Oh.
I can see.
Has
him
Son
grabbing
actually tried that yet?
No, and that she's not going to either. But I can see you grabbing a big old felt pen and just like, ha ha ha, connect the dots now, bitch. Connect. Pretty soon,
I played that game with my ex-wife. She was not amused.
Oh, she wasn't a ginger either, was she?
Oh, yeah, she was.
Oh,
My ex-wife is a 5'1" NRA card carrying
firecracker.
redhead.
Oh, see what Son just said? Connect the dots. La 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 la. If anybody remembers that one.
Yes.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
See, I love the HBO original.
Well, there was some original HBO
Yeah.
content? Huh.
That's what came before the whole thing.
Hell, I don't know. I just watched it on CBS.
Yeah, see, that was a comedy show.
Oh, was that more
Him
adult?
and the
on
group of
HBO?
people, Paul Rubens and a group of people got together and did an adult playhouse about a boy, and there's a lot of innuendo jokes in there.
I can definitely see where that would happen. Yeah.
Yeah, Ed Begley Jr. was in it.
Oh God, really?
And, oh yeah, he played Mailman Mike. But a lot of
I
the
heard
people
that.
that were originals that he started with got replaced with bigger names.
Well, looking back, I'm like, Lawrence Fishburne was Cowboy Curtis.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, that's the man who would play Morpheus in the Matrix. You're like, damn. And then you had that, I don't know who the black woman was. And who else was in that? Who was Phil Hartman on that show?
I don't know.
I don't think he was.
So?
No, because I know that there was the male lady, there was Cowboy Curtis, and there was wasn't there like an old salty kind of captain guy that played like some kind of a pirate sea dog?
What was his name?
I have no idea. All I know is that they always, whenever somebody would knock at the door, sometimes it would be that gigantic anthropomorphic salesman, like, here to make this incredible offer, and he'd always slam the door on its face.
Yeah.
Or there's Magic Screen or Conky in the Secret Word of the Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I remember is the secret word of the day, and you scream.
Whenever someone says the word of the
Somebody
day,
says
what do
it.
you do? Scream!
Ah!
Like, ah! And he goes, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
And of course, Cherry,
just out
which
of
actually
curiosity.
kind of give me nightmares.
Oh, Cherry, with the arms that can grab you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts about the Power Rangers? Past
Never
your
watched.
time? Or...
Never watched it. A little bit past my time, and I thought it was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Of course, I've also watched Voltron before too. So, yeah, it's more to like to me, watching Power Rangers is sort of like a live action Voltron.
Yes,
I know.
I thought so too.
Mm-hmm. I've actually seen somebody on YouTube. They actually did these pretend battles where they went ahead and they did Voltron versus the Megazord. And
Uh-huh.
the Megazord got its ass kicked.
I was like, it was
Hard.
great when it was called Voltron.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, see, you're going to make me go off on all sorts of tangents again, so we can save this for another time. But apparently, what's this say? If a person has sex with a lot of people, he doesn't get paid for it. Are they a non-profit organization? Oh, God. Yes, Rotten Corpse. Yes. So anyway, let's go ahead and end it because I got to get something to eat because I'm
I
starving.
was gonna say I have to eat something at this point.
Yeah, but you're 3 hours. It's only 2:30 where you are. Of course, it was before noon when we started. But anyway, thank you very much for having me on. If you wanted to do this some other time, I am more than happy to do so.
Okay, I'll let you know in advance.
All right. Yeah, just hit me up on Discord.
And I pretty much do this on Saturdays because I'm bored.
Okay.
To be honest with you. So I decided, who says I have to stream with other people? I can do it myself, damn it.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, I'm not going to take a Hellcat stick and play video games, but we can talk about nerd culture all day long. I mean, I'm open to talk from anything from anime to cartoons to.
Well, if we talk
nostalgia.
about anime, it'll have to be some of the earlier stuff because I've never seen anything after the turn of the century.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean, one of the reasons why I have Moon in my name is that I got my start in anime from Sailor Moon of all things, believe it or not.
I love Sailor Moon.
Yeah, so I've actually seen both the ridiculously bad dub and all of the subtitles or all the originals.
Oh, so you watched the 4Kids bullshit that heavily edited everything.
It was horrible, wasn't it? They had the Sailor Moon says at the end. Stupid public service announcements.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sailor Moon was ahead of its time though because it actually had a lesbian couple. It had
yes, it did.
Some of the enemies were actually gay.
Yes, they were, but not in the American version. They weren't.
Nope, they were cousins
from
Arkansas.
Yeah,
which I was gonna say, which just kind of made it creepier because it was pretty obvious.
Yeah, they're from Arkansas.
Of all places, I have brothers in Arkansas. Yay!
Do
Anyway,
you have brothers in Arkansas?
I have a brother in Arkansas, and I have a brother in Missouri, and I have nieces in Arkansas, nephew. Yeah, I've got a lot of family in that area. Bound the Bentonville area where Walmart was founded. Yes, fun. There's Walmarts around every corner down there.
Yeah, see, side note, my last name is real big up in the Ozarks.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. We can trace my lineage back all the way to Minnie Pearl.
Oh, very nice.
On my parents' side. Or on my father's side.
No, I'm a direct blood relative of General Stonewall Jackson of the Confederacy. Yeah, figure that one out.
Yeah. Cherokee doesn't mean anything by it. It's just in his heritage.
Hey, yeah, you can't blame me for the sins of my great. Lots of greats.
Grandpappy.
Yes. So anyway, let's get going. Thank you so much, everybody. And you guys are awesome.
All right. Y'all have fun. Thank you for being on.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you, son.
All right.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Angela. And everybody else out there, thank you for watching with us. I appreciate it so much. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And share this stuff around. Do you know why? Because cancer must be spread.
Yes.
Sorry, man.
And if you don't share it, we'll know.
Yeah. And we'll tell 2 people, and they'll tell 2 people.
It'll multiply.
Exactly. Good night and goodbye.
See ya.